Well, now I want to talk to a wonderful lady right here in our audience. She's got a marvellous story to tell, and I'd like everybody to hear it. Now, the lady in question is one of a family of 7 brothers and sisters. Now, she was born in Hong Kong, and yes, she knows who I'm talking about. Surprise, surprise, it's you, Carmelita Davy. Where are you, Carmelita? It's you, sweetheart, I'm talking about. Carmelita, come down and join me, please. Tell us about your lovely story. Carmelita.
Hello.
I know all about you. Have a sit down there. Have a sit down there. Now, you've got to be husband Bill, is it?
Yes.
Oh, well, a kissy kissy for you, Bill. I wasn't expecting this. I only called her down. What are you doing here? But you're very welcome. Have a sit down there. Well, Carmelita, welcome to Surprise, Surprise. And indeed, you do have a fabulous story to tell. You were born in Hong Kong, weren't you?
Yes.
Yes, and after, well, during the Second World War, your father was a harbour master, wasn't he?
Right.
But he was so tragically killed trying to save a shipmate on a blazing ship. Now, I was right. There are 7 brothers and sisters, aren't there? Including
2
yourself?
brothers, yeah. 5 sisters. Yeah.
Yes. Well, that must have been dreadfully hard for your mum to cope with, being widowed with all these children to bring up. Can you remember much about those times?
Yes.
What was it like?
Very hard, because when my father died, he didn't insure himself. So, and in those days, after tragedy, I don't think they have a lot of compensation.
So it was dreadfully hard for you.
So I was only 11.
Oh, 11.
So my mother couldn't speak English, so I took over the job.
Well, it was Bill here who brought you back to England and settled over here, and you raised a family of your own over here. Now, all your other brothers and sisters, I mean, they all left Hong Kong, and they've scattered all over the world. In fact, it's like a ship in order here, Carmelita. I have to tell you where everybody is. Now, Dolores, your eldest sister, she's in California, yes? Teresita is in New Zealand.
Yes.
Lydia is in Vancouver, Canada. Antonio is in Hong Kong still. Amelia is in New Zealand. And David, last but not least, he's right here in Surrey.
Yes, he's the only one here.
Well, I know you must see David quite a lot, quite often, because he lives over here. But I do believe you haven't seen your sister Dolores for 15 years, Antonio for 15 years, and Amelia for 15 years. But what's more astonishing, you haven't seen your sisters Teresita or Lydia for over 40 years. My goodness me. Well, surprise, surprise, Carmelita. You're going to see the whole lot of them tonight. Yes, we have flown them all over here from the 4 corners of the world, and here they all are. Yes, your sister Dolores from California, Teresita from New Zealand, Lydia from Canada, Antonio from Hong Kong, Amelia from Auckland in New Zealand, last but not least, our David from right here in Surrey. Come in, everyone. Well, that's all we have time for this week, I'm afraid, and indeed for the whole of the series. I'd like to thank everyone who's taken part in our shows, especially the lovely Tessa Sanderson, our very own Bob Cowgies, and until we meet again, good night, God bless. Reaching our golden path, relive the memories as we smile through the years, the tears, the fears disappear. Life is full of surprises. It's surprising how dreams come true. Life is full of surprises.
Friday, we've live coverage of athletics from the Pearl International at the Don Valley Stadium. Next this evening on Yorkshire in Heartbeat, a circus family arrives in the village.